Hello, everyone. So as Ian mentioned, my name is Mikaela Patrick, and I'm the research lead on this sub-program that we're here to talk about today. So as Ian shared, since March 2020, we've been conducting research in 6 cities around the world on the current state of accessibility and inclusion in those cities. This research is unique because it has gathered evidence on both the experiences of disabled people living in these 6 cities, their aspirations and their challenges, and the possibilities for inclusive design in the city through understanding the knowledge and capacity of local government and built environment industry stakeholders in those cities. We recognise that to create inclusive cities is a collaborative effort, and there's a global need for more collaborative ways of working. To help this, we've developed a framework through the research, which we call People, Policy and Practice. So to make inclusive cities, we think we need people, the people who live in those cities every day. We need to know what they want and how they want to live their lives. We need policy. So that's the policies and frameworks that guide urban development, but also the key decision makers and those who can influence how we shape our cities. And lastly, we have practice, which is the built environment professionals who are designing our infrastructure and our cities. Our aim was to embed inclusive design processes in the research itself, so using participatory and inclusive methods throughout the project, and also recognising and working with local context. So our methods included things like interviews, photo diaries, and co-design workshops, and all of these are brought together to develop key insights on inclusive cities. As I mentioned, the local context is really key, and we couldn't do this without our local partners, who I'm going to give a brief overview of now, and then you'll get to hear from some of our speakers throughout the session. So starting in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, we have Universal Progress ILC, represented here by Tamirhu Narangarel. Tamir is also joined by Amartaya Mungpad from the Government of Mongolia. We then have the National Institute of Urban Affairs, who are representing Varanasi, India, who are also joined by Dr. Vasudevan from the Varanasi Smart City Limited organisation. Next, we have Kota Kita from Solo, Indonesia, represented by Fuad Jamil, who's also known as AA. Then moving to Nairobi, we have Kilimanjaro Blind Trust Africa, represented by Maxwell Ojoga. Maxwell is also joined by Mr. Michael Owino from the Government of Kenya. In Nairobi, I just want to share that we also worked with Kunkui Design Initiative, but our colleagues from KDI were not able to join us, so Gloria Tanui should have been speaking today and hasn't been able to make it. Then moving to Freetown, we have SLURC, the Sierra Leone Urban Research Centre, represented by Brian Makoroma, and he's joined by Director Francis Cabia from the Ministry of Welfare of Sierra Leone. Then lastly, we have Medellin, Colombia, where we're going to hear from El Comité, represented by Maria Isabel Aguirre Alvarez and Maria Clara Arubla Palacio, our local consultant. So these partners that I've just rattled through represent NGOs, OPDs, research institutions and local governments, who are all really crucial partners in the collaboration towards inclusive cities. Today, they'll give you some insights into key issues and ideas that intersect across these 6 cities, and you'll have to stay tuned till early next year for the project's final outputs, where we'll be sharing global actions for inclusive cities. Just a quick note before I hand over back to Ian, some of our speakers will be using interpreters today, so just bear with us for the translations in those sessions. Back to Ian.
Thank you very much. Sammy, do you want to come up?